Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station, and we're back at Yankee Stadium for another bout in our heavyweight championship tournament. We're halfway through the first round. We have reached bout number 20 of 40, and what a matchup we have here at Yankee Stadium. Larry Holmes taking on Andrew Golota. And Larry Holmes, 69 wins, 6 losses. No draws, 44 knockouts. Andrew Golota, 41 victories, 9 defeats, 1 draw, 33 KOs. Both men have fabulous jabs. Again, this is our heavyweight tournament. Bout number 20 scheduled for 15 rounds of boxing. All bouts will be simulated using Title Bout Championship Boxing on the PC. I will give you my audio radio call. I will have nothing to do with the strategy. The boxers were drawn using a Google number randomizer for all bouts. We will avoid fights that actually took place to the best of our ability. A list of boxers is provided below on the page, not in the chat, on the page. And a link to boxrec.com is also provided in the chat and on the page. If you'd like to look up some history on the boxers, or just look it up in Wikipedia or whatever way you would like to get the information. Alright, let's get to ringside. So Larry Holmes, and let's show you his fighter card. Larry Holmes, the Easton Assassin from Easton, Pennsylvania, US of A. 6'3" and 81-inch reach. He'll weigh in at 215 pounds for this bout. Has a tremendous left jab and a solid right cross. Tremendous defensive fighter. Larry Holmes won the WBC title by defeating Kenny Norton in a thrilling fight. He took a 15-round decision. June 9th, 1978. He would be awarded the IBF title after giving up the WBC title by President Bob Lee of the IBF on December 10th, 1983. Big wins for Larry Holmes. He beat Ali at the end of Ali's career, pummeling him, begging the referee to stop the fight. He beat Mike Weaver twice, Ernie Shavers twice, Leon Spinks, brother of Michael. Michael would get his revenge for his brother. He would stop Gerry Cooney, defeat Trevor Berbick, lose a controversial decision to Tim Witherspoon. But I think one of his most impressive wins was in his comeback when he decisioned Ray Mercer. And I believe that was for the WBO heavyweight title. Did an excellent job by upsetting Ray Mercer. I remember watching that fight. And he also beat Bone Crusher Smith twice. Once in his first professional career and then in the comeback. Big losses twice to Michael Spinks. Spinks beat Larry Holmes and was trying to break Rocky Marciano's record. That was a legitimate win. I thought Larry Holmes beat Michael Spinks the second time around. Then he lost when he was past his prime to Tyson. That's the only time he was stopped in 3. Lost a decision to Holyfield and McCall. He broke Joe Louis's record of 7 defenses by stoppage by getting 8. And he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2008, Larry Holmes. Let's look at his boxer card ratings. He is a boxer, seldom fouls, is an average inside fighter, an average when he goes for the knockout, 2 out of 4, but an excellent outside fighter, 4 out of 4, and covering up, also 4 out of 4. Will clinch at a 68 level. Excellent drawing card in his day, 10 out of 10. Very smart and proficient at what he does in the boxing ring, in the squared circle. Control versus a boxer, 11. Control versus a slugger, 12. Those are very good numbers. Solid chin, excellent recovery, and good at absorbing punishment and resisting cuts. Killer instinct, 7. Aggressiveness, 7. Endurance, 10. Defense, -3. He is a tremendous defensive fighter. Fast starter, not so much. Works off a very good jab, as you can see. 26 points allotted there. And he likes to come with the cross behind the jab. Hitting power, below average, but he's going to hit you with a lot of punches and put them on you quick and hard. Overall title bout boxing rating, 13 out of 15. Let's go to the Andrew Golota boxer card. And Andrew Golota, Polish nationality, is now living in Chicago, Illinois. 6'4" with a 79-inch reach. He is going to weigh in for this bout at 228 pounds. Excellent. He too has an excellent jab. Golota likes to work behind the jab and come with the right hand. He has a proficiency for fouling, though. Held a couple of minor heavyweight titles. Was a very good heavyweight contender. He won the bronze medal in the 1988 Olympics. Best known for his bouts with Riddick Bowe, though. In 2 bouts with Riddick Bowe, he was winning quite handily. And I have to be honest with you, beating the bejesus out of Riddick Bowe. And constantly, for some odd reason, decided to hit him low. And was DQ'd in both bouts. In the first bout, it caused a riot in the ring. And I remember Lou Duva telling him in the first bout, you have this bout won, just box for the last 3 rounds. Don't throw any more body punches, but he couldn't control himself. So he had Riddick Bowe beaten like a piñata, and he lost both bouts by DQ due to low blows. He also defeated Mike Molo, a fringe heavyweight, Kevin McBride out of the UK, Orland Norris, Jesse Ferguson, a trial horse, Tim Witherspoon past his prime, Danielle Nicholson, that was a good solid win. Nicholson was an up-and-comer at the time. Marion Wilson, another trial horse. Jeff Lampkin, really a solid cruiserweight. And he lost his 3 world title bids to Lennox Lewis, John Ruiz, and Lamont Brewster, and had a draw with Chris Bird in his another attempt. He also was stopped by Mike Tyson. ID Gestures joined us in the chat, and ID says Golota would have beat down Riddick Bowe in both fights if not... Exactly! ID has it. I will remember, the first fight was not a weekend fight. It was like on a Thursday or something. And he had him beaten both fights. ID Jester reporting at ringside here for the Florida Times Sun, or the Florida Sun Times, excuse me. Those were bizarre fights, ID. Those were unbelievable. He had both fights won. All right, so let's move to his boxing rating card. And check out ID Jester's wonderful channel. He has Game 2 of the 2016 World Series between the Cubs and the Indians. And he uses a card and dice game that he has equipped to the computer. So, OTDA has joined us at ringside. How are you, OTDA? Good friend of the channel. May the Empire be with you, my friend. As we're big Empire fans, we don't go for that rebel... nonsense commie crap. It's all propaganda, folks. All propaganda. All right, let's go to the little levity before the bout. Let's go to the Andrew Golota card. He is a slugger, and he does have boxing ability, though. Works very well behind the jab. A strong fighter. Has tendencies to cut, and my God, will he foul. He gets out of bed in the morning fouling. Fighting inside, 2 out of 4. Fighting outside, 2 out of 4. Covering up, well, you can pretty much hit him all day if he's hurt. Only 1 out of 4. Going for the knockout, 2 out of 4. He loses concentration in bouts, clinching 71. Drawing power, to be honest with you, it should be better than 5 out of 10. When he was in his prime, they drew a lot of people to watch him. Had a big Polish-American and Polish following in this country. Conditioning, 9. Intellect, 5. Again, he loses his way in the ring on occasions, on more than one occasion. And he froze up against Mike Tyson. I remember when he fought Tyson, he showed up like 15 minutes before the fight. Literally. Proficiency when his head is on straight, quite good, 10 out of 10. Control versus a boxer or a slugger. Holmes is a boxer, is a 10. Chin, 3. He will go down. Chin versus a knockdown, 1. Recovery, 4. You can stop him. Resistance to cut, 3. He absorbs punishment at a 3. Killer instinct, if he has you hurt, he's going to try to mug you and beat the bejesus out of you. 8. Aggressiveness, 8. Endurance, 8. He has stamina issues. Defense, well, he's a 2, so that's 2 more punches added to Larry Holmes' land total. He likes to start sort of fast, and he'll fight okay off the ropes. He likes to work behind that jab, not as proficient as Holmes, but he's a 20, you can see there with his jab, and he likes to come with the cross after it. And on the inside, he's going to try to hit you, pardon my language, in the nuts. Riddick Bowe. Ask Riddick Bowe. Hitting power, 9, above average. His overall rating, 7 out of 15. I think this will be a tough test for Larry Holmes. I think Holmes will end up stopping him. As ID gesture before we start the bout says, and against Tyson, he just quit the fight and walked out. Yeah, he showed up like 15 minutes before the fight, 15, 20 minutes. They didn't even know where he was. It was unbelievable. He has some issues in the mind. All right, let's go to ringside, and we're at lovely Yankee Stadium. The house that Ruth built will hold another pugilistic contest. And at ringside, ID gesture. Check out his wonderful YouTube channel, Sports, RPGs, Action, Strategy. Check it all out. Good stuff. And he's reporting for the Florida Sun-Times. And also, at ringside, reporting for the UPI, OTDA, the original Dave. Alrighty, both fighters will be in the prime. All fights taking place in the tournament. In their boxing prime. Oh boy, we got that. I'm glad I looked over here. I by accident put pre-prime for Golota. Prime. Top condition for both fighters. Eddie Futch is in the corner training Larry Holmes. Also in the corner is Ray Arcel. You won't see him though. And Freddie Brown is the cut man. So it's Eddie Futch, Freddie Brown, and Ray Arcel. In Andrew Golota's corner, Lou Duva is the trainer. And Al Gallivan is the cut man. Fight options, 15 rounds. 3-minute rounds. Automatic strategy for both Holmes and Golota by the Sim Engine Title Bout Championship Boxing. I'll have nothing to do with it. I'll just do my radio audio call. Weights have been adjusted. So if this was like light heavyweight versus heavyweight, that's what that means. And we're at a beautiful venue, Yankee Stadium. Packed house. We've had some tremendous fights here in New York. And Michael Buffer is the ring announcer. Randy Newman will ref this, former heavyweight contender. The 3 judges, Mickey Vann from England, Larry Hazzard from the US of A, Atlantic City, and Tony Perez from Puerto Rico. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. 3 judges will score the bout on a 10-point must system. In case of a rare incident stoppage, such as an unintentional headbutt, they will go to the scorecards if the bout is half completed. Before that, it will be a technical draw, and they will have to fight over at some point in time. You can never be saved by the bell. Never. That is a horrible rule to be saved by the bell. And the referee or doctor can stop the bout. And ID Gesture asks, how do I get this game? Go online and type in Title Bout Championship Boxing. It's developed by Out of the Ballpark. And you can buy this game for $13. You get every boxer. Every boxer. Let me repeat. Every boxer, one low price. Historically, awesome game. You have to add your pictures, though. I like photos. You don't have to. I enjoy that. Let's go to the analysis. Holmes, against a slugger, has a control factor of a 12, and Golota is a slugger. Golota, against a boxer, has a control factor of a 10. So Holmes will dictate the pace and how the bout will be fought on more occasions than Golota. Let's go to the training. Larry Holmes gives up the edge in power to Golota. Golota 69% to 46%. Holmes has the edge in endurance, 100 to 80. And again, Holmes very good defensively, -3. Golota 33%. He's not a defensive whiz. Hand speed definitely to Larry Holmes. He will pepper Golota with jabs. I'm sensing a stoppage in this fight for Holmes. Though Golota does have a nice quick jab and comes very quick behind that jab with that right hand. So be careful at 58 when it comes to hand speed. It's a little better than most people think. Tactically, definitely, tactical skills definitely go to Larry Holmes at 71. Golota, when his head's on straight, knows what he wants to do. He will foul, though. He just cannot help himself. And tactical skills, if you're new to the game or boxing, is how well do the fighters follow their instructions, 1, from the corner, and 2, how they train to fight the bout. And now on to the fight. We're at Yankee Stadium. Holmes is in tip-top shape, looks great. Weighed in at 215, 6'3". Andrew Golota weighed in anywhere. Some people say 228. Some people saw the scale, said 230, but he is in excellent shape. 6'4". In the corner, Eddie Futch, the trainer for Larry Holmes, and Freddie Brown, the cut man. Also, as an advisor, good friend of Eddie Futch and Freddie Brown, Ray Arcel. In the Andrew Golota corner, Lou Duva, who has implored him not to foul in this fight. You can win this with your jab and right hand. You're bigger, stronger, and Duva has told Golota he's quicker. Well, I don't think most people believe that. Cut man, Al Galvin, an excellent cut man. The venue, beautiful Yankee Stadium. I love this photo. This is Yankee Stadium, and there's a boxing ring in the middle. That's just awesome. I love that photo. Michael Buffer's the ring announcer. Randy Newman, former heavyweight contender from the early 70s, will be the referee. As we stated, Judge Mickey Van from the UK, Larry Hazzard from the US of A, and the third judge, Tony Perez from Puerto Rico. And Mark A. Jones will be the ringside expert for Title Bout Championship Boxing, and we are at ringside, folks, and we prepare for the fight. Holmes and Golota go to the center of the ring. Newman asks, as he goes through the final instructions, any questions from the Larry Holmes corner? Eddie Futch tells Randy Newman to make sure that Golota watches the rabbit punching and low blows. Lou Duva did not like that comment from Futch. Duva says Holmes' trunks are sort of high. They both say no more questions. Holmes and Golota reluctantly touch gloves. They go back to their corners. We await round 1 of 15. Bout number 20. We're halfway through our first round of the 40 bouts. I hope everyone's been enjoying it. So here we go, round number 1. Larry Holmes will be to the left of the screen, which I think is your guy's right. No, it is the left. And Golota will be to the right. And here's the bell for round number 1. Holmes quickly off the stool, center of the ring, working behind that jab. Golota tries to bull his way in. Holmes ties up. They break. Again, a 1, 2, 3, 4 by Holmes, snapping Golota's head back. Golota ties up. He looks a bit dazed. Holmes moving side to side. Lateral movement, back and forth. And again, Golota ties up on the inside. Golota has not thrown a punch. Holmes just pawing with that jab, looking to counter with the right hand. Golota backs up a step. And he eats 2 quick jabs by Larry Holmes. Holmes moves away, left, then right. And there's a good 1-2 by Golota. That caught Holmes' attention. Under a minute to go. Holmes opens up with a 4-punch combination, rattling Golota. Golota backs up. Golota blocks those return blows by Holmes. Under 30 seconds. A 1-2 by Larry Holmes. Golota again backs towards the ropes. Under 10 seconds to go. Holmes trying to measure Golota. And there's the bell. Golota ties him up. A good round for Larry Holmes. The hand speed and educated jab. Golota was able to get off 1 decent combination. Holmes quickly came back. Punch after punch landing on Andrew Golota. Holmes really wants this. He wants to get to that second round. We've seen some upsets here. Joe Frazier, no longer in the tournament, folks. Jim Jeffies, no longer in the tournament. We've seen the upsets. And Holmes does not want to lose to Andrew Golota. Great round by Larry Holmes. Quickly, I give that 10-9 to Holmes. If he does that all day, all night, all week, it's going to be a short fight. He's going to cut up, chop up, and send Golota packing. Unofficial scorecard, 10-9 for Larry Holmes by Mark A. Jones for Title Bout Championship Boxing. So we're in agreement. We go to the Holmes corner first, and Eddie Futch and Freddie Brown and Ray Arcel in the corner. They're all very happy. Freddie Brown, a little grease around, as they would say it in the boxing terminology, around Holmes' eyes. Eddie Futch gives Holmes a swig of water, says, keep working that jab, Chip. Keep working that jab. Come with the right hand. Watch out for his dirty tactics. Now to the Andrew Golota corner. And Duva trying to motivate his fighter, trying to keep him interested in this bout. Again, Golota has a bad habit of becoming disinterested. And they're just telling him, throw punches, throw punches. Be first, Andrew, be first. Let's go to the punch stat numbers for round number 1 before we start round 2. Larry Holmes landed 35 punches. There it is. 9 jabs, 9 crosses. In total domination. Golota landed 7, and only 1 was a really effective combination. Yes, that's the last edition ID, 2013 edition. That's it. No more editions. They were supposed to update the game, but the guy got sick. Alright, we move on to round 2. Let's see if Larry Holmes can keep up that wonderful pace. He easily won round 1 behind the jab and right cross. And you know what? Golota, when he got a little too frisky trying to get on the inside, Holmes also nailed him with 7 uppercuts. Holmes very active in that round. That's a tough pace to keep up, though. But Holmes always in tremendous shape. We move on to round number 2. There's the bell. Holmes is going to fight outside defensively. And Golota's going to stay on the outside, work behind the jab. He lands a 1-2 and another 1-2. And another big long right hand by Golota. Golota's come out very determined. Holmes a little rattled, trying to back up. Parried away those Golota blows under 2 minutes. And now it's Holmes tying up on the inside. A quick start for Andrew Golota. And again, Golota lands a 1-2. Holmes comes back on the inside, shooting the uppercut to the head, the final blow. And Golota lands again. Golota's being first as Duva asked, letting his hands go. Larry Holmes lands a 1-2, trying to move away. Golota has take play away from Holmes in round number 2. Under 30 seconds to go. Golota working behind the long jab now. And a 1-2 misses by Holmes. Golota counters him with the right hand. Holmes' legs buckle at the bell. Wow, a tremendous round for Andrew Golota. As bad as Golota was in round 1, he was tremendous in round 2. Quickly jumping on Larry Holmes and took Lou Duva's advice to heart. He let his hands go. The hand speed might have surprised Holmes. Holmes was on the defensive for most of that round. Rattled on 2 occasions. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard. I give it 10-9 to Golota. And so does the unofficial score for Title Bout Championship Boxing, Mark A. Jones. After 2 rounds of boxing here at Yankee Stadium, 19-19. That's the way we're scoring it. Now to the Larry Holmes corner. A little more concern there. The jocularity and the levity in round 1 is no longer there. Golota, again, someone who has a good jab and a good straight right hand, a big man. As I stated, I think his hand speed was better than what the ratings show. When he's first, he's very quick with his hands. And they want Larry Holmes to reestablish his jab. Reestablish your jab, champ. Do not let him be first. Disrupt him. Don't let him get in a rhythm. And that's what Golota was in. He was in a beautiful rhythm in round number 2. Nothing to report when it comes to swelling or cuts or any abrasions out of the ordinary in Holmes' corner. Let's move to the Andrew Golota corner. Lou Duva and Al Galvin much happier with their fighter. As Duva just says, the same thing over again. Be first, Andrew. Be first. Let your hands go. Be first. Work the jab. Work the jab. You're stronger than he is. Let's go to the punch stat numbers for round number 2. Holmes still, in an off round, still landed 14, but Golota, being first, letting his hands go, landed 31 punches. Worked behind the jab, hit Holmes with combinations. Holmes was not very active with his jab. He only landed 5, and Golota only landed a few more, but he threw a lot of jabs, and Golota dictated the pace of round number 2. We move to round number 3 in an even bout, and let's see who will dictate the pace for round 3. Here's the bell. Both fighters off the stool, center of the ring, and Holmes right away works that jab, pumping it in Golota, and Golota on the inside lets his hands go, and back and forth they go. Standing toe-to-toe, both fighters in punching range. Now they tie up. Holmes had landed a nice combination before the tie-up. Under 2 minutes to go here. Both fighters trying to pout the jab. Golota is met with a 1-2-3 and an uppercut. Golota is not being first. Larry Holmes is being first. Golota bores in. They tie up. Newman breaks them. Holmes backing away. Again, trying to work behind the jab. Golota following him around the ring like a puppy dog, but not throwing punches. Holmes looking to load up. Golota ties up. Again, Holmes looking to land that big counter right hand. He's being very patient. He's looking. Oh, there it was. He just missed Golota. And Golota comes back with a 1-2 at the bell. But that was a Larry Holmes round. That was a Larry Holmes round. Wow. You could see Holmes. He was baiting him. He was baiting him. And then he threw the big right hand. And Golota just got out of the way. And he landed a 1-2. But that was definitely a Holmes round. A closer pace round. I give it 10-9, Larry Holmes. Let's go to the unofficial score. Title Bout Championship Boxing, Mark A. Jones. He also gives it to Holmes 10-9 after 3. Jones and myself have it 29-28, Larry Holmes. And joining us at ringside from the UK, Alan Shaw. How are you, my friend? Good to see you again. And also, Team Batman Boxing from the Batcave reporting. Check out that wonderful channel if you like comic books. I enjoy it. Also, check out Comics with Bueller. That's another fun comic book channel. I subscribe to a couple of them. I don't remember them all off the top of my head. I like watching them. So, Sip Ice Tea back to the fight. We go to the Larry Holmes corner. Eddie Futch, Freddie Brown, and Ray Arcel. They're a little happier with Holmes, as Holmes did work his jab better. And Holmes really dictated the pace. Fought at his pace. And you could see he was setting him up. He wanted to land that right hand on Golota's jaw. He just missed. They're saying work the jab more. Keep him off balance. You're going to chop him up and spit him out. They know Golota, I hate to say this, is very weak-minded at times. And he will crack like an egg. We go to the Andrew Golota corner. And Lou Duva is flabbergasted. He does not understand why. In round 1, Golota throws nothing. In round 2, he lets his hands go. And wins it quite handily. In round 3, he goes back to throwing nothing. And Duva's just saying, throw punches, Andrew. Throw punches. Work off your jab. You're as quick as he is. Now to the punch stat numbers. You can see just Duva shaking his head as his fighter gets off the stool. Holmes gets off his stool. Quickly going to the punch stat numbers for round number 3 as we prepare for round number 4. Larry Holmes landed 25 punches. Golota 13. And actually, Holmes only landed one more jab. He just threw a few more. And he let his hands go quicker. He dictated the pace. Golota tied up a lot more than Duva wanted. Holmes did land 7 crosses. If he landed that 8th, that big one, where he was really baiting Golota in, that could have really stunned or dropped Andrew. As again, Duva from ringside saying, be first, Andrew, be first. Here's the bell for round number 4, scheduled 15. Holmes on the outside trying to work behind the jab. Golota trying to bore his way inside. Holmes ties up, pushes him away. Randy Newman says, watch the rough stuff, Andrew. And again they tie up, try to work the free hand. A 1-2-3 by Holmes. He moves away. Golota pursuing. Golota ducks under a hook, and Golota lands a solid shot to the body, an uppercut to the head. Holmes comes back with a 1-2, but those punches missed. And Golota digs to the body and head. Screams from the Holmes corner about low blows. Now Holmes retaliates to the body. Very even round here with a minute to go. A 1-2-3-4 snaps Golota's head. Golota getting caught coming in. And again gets caught coming in with a quick combination. Golota eating all those punches. 30 seconds to go. Both fighters throw. Holmes gets the better of it. Holmes opening up with both hands under 10 seconds. They tie up and there's the bell. So Golota had a few brief moments. Larry Holmes had many more. He takes the round, in my eyes, 10-9. As Holmes was easily able to disrupt the Golota charges with his jab, straight right hand, and the occasional uppercut. And unlike most boxers, Holmes throws his uppercut from proper punching distance. He does not throw it from way outside, leaving himself open. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Mark A. Jones in Title Bout Championship Boxing. He gives it 10-9 Holmes, as I do, and after 4 rounds are complete of the scheduled 15, Holmes 39, Golota 37, 2-point edge for Larry. We go to the Holmes corner with Eddie Futch, Ray Arcel, and the cut man, Freddie Brown. Nothing to report when it comes to cuts or swelling. Futch and Arcel very happy with the performance so far of Larry Holmes. Actually might want to pick up the pace more with that jab. They can see that Golota, in his eyes, he seems mentally fatigued already. Holmes takes a swig of water. We now move to Lou Duva and Al Galvin in the Andrew Golota corner. And Duva is just, again, over and over again saying, Andrew, be first, throw your jab. You can win, Andrew. Nothing to report when it comes to nicks, cuts, swelling, bruises, or abrasions of anything out of the unordinary. Some light end swell work by Galvin. Punch stat numbers before we go to round number 5. Holmes really worked the jab well. He landed 13 to Golota's 7. Holmes overall, again, was able to hit Golota pretty much at will. 39 punches landed for Larry Holmes. 19 for Andrew Golota. Again, Golota's best punch, the jab. He did come with a right cross that one time. And also, on the inside, nailed Holmes with an uppercut. 2 times he briefly rattled, or I would say got the attention of Larry Holmes, the Eastern Assassin. Let's see if Holmes picks up the pace just a little more and really puts the mental pressure on Andrew Golota. We go to ringside in ID gesture. As he says, I just bought and installed this game. I think you're going to love it, ID. Alan Shaw says, nice to see this isn't a girly fight, Al. No girly fights in my fights. Just watched Bugner versus Cooper, 71. Man, Cooper was stiffed on that. Yeah, that was Henry Cooper's last fight. I've watched that 3 times on YouTube. I thought Henry Cooper won that fight all 3 times. I agree. And we might redo that fight on the channel, not in this tournament, obviously. We might do Henry, you know what? We might do a Henry Cooper versus a heavyweight he never fought in his time period. So that could be a little fun. Maybe Henry Cooper, Gerry Quarry. Again, not in the tournament. All right, we prepare for round number 5. Here's the bell. Both fighters off the stool. And again, Holmes is going to fight outside defensively. And he pops Golota with 2 quick jabs and moves away. Again, he's looking to set that trap for that right hand. Golota digs hard to the body. Those punches were clean. Holmes felt it. Holmes backing up. Golota moves forward. He's trying to be very aggressive. Golota just looking to load up with every punch. Duva screaming work behind the jab, and just like that, Golota lands 3 of them. But he's peppered right back by the Holmes jab. Right hand lands by Golota. Golota letting his hands go to the head and body. Holmes is stunned. He needs another one, too. Holmes in bad shape, under a minute to go. Golota needs to open up here. Both fighters throw but miss. Under 30 seconds to go. Golota misses with a big right hand. Holmes counters with a 1-2 on his toes. And there's the bell as they tie up. Golota with a good comeback round. So again, Golota, when he puts his head on straight, is a very tough fighter. Holmes was fighting nice, but Holmes was rattled with those Golota combinations. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard. I give it 10-9 Golota. And Mark A. Jones is in agreement. We are step in step. After 5 rounds, we have Larry Holmes up by 1, 48-47. Quickly to the Larry Holmes corner. And they want Holmes to work the jab overtime, triple time, quadruple time. Work the jab, jab, jab. And they said, stop waiting for the right hand. Stop waiting. Let the trap go. No nicks, cuts, bruises, swelling out of the ordinary. Again, some light end swell work by Freddie Brown. Futch gives Holmes a swig of water. He spits it out now quickly to the Andrew Golota corner as they prepare for round number 6. Lou Duva says, Andrew, that's what we're talking about. Listen to me. Listen. Be first, be first, be first all of the time. And we're going to win this fight. We're going to win. This is going to be an upset, Andrew. We quickly go to the punch stat numbers before round number 6. Been a very good fight here at Yankee Stadium. And Golota really opened up and let his hands go. He landed 43 punches, and he worked well behind that jab. 12 jabs landed, 14 crosses, 9 uppercuts on the inside. Holmes did feel those punches. Holmes, in his own right, landed 27. Golota's there to be hit. Golota's best defense is his offense. Be busy. But again, Golota has stamina issues as well as not just physical stamina issues. Mental fatigue will creep in on Andrew Golota, just like it did with Tommy Morrison, just like it did with the young George Foreman. go to the traits now after 5 rounds are complete. And you know what? Larry Holmes is wearing down a little more than I thought. Golota is able to do some punishment. It seems every other round. Very close fight. As both fighters get up off their stool, Lou Duva again saying before the round, be first, Andrew. Here's the bell, round number 6. Again, Holmes will fight on the outside behind the jab. He lands a quick 1-2-3. Golota comes back with a 1-2. Again, Holmes prowling with that jab. A 1-2-3 by Holmes, landing with the hook. And now Golota comes back with a hard 1-2. Holmes' knees buckled. Golota moving forward, trying to push Holmes back. Holmes slides away from the ropes. Golota lands a 1-2 as he backs up. That's the tricky thing with Golota. He's a mauler brawler, but he has boxing skills. Near a minute left in round number 6. They tie up. Newman breaks him under a minute. Very close round. Both fighters throw. Golota got the better of those combinations. And then Holmes comes back with a 1-2, snapping Golota's head. Golota missed with the counter left and right. Under 15 seconds to go. It's a toss-up round. Big left hook by Golota, misses. Wow. A very hard-fought round. Very close. I'm going to give that to Andrew Golota. I thought he landed the bigger blows. It could easily be even, but I think a couple of those thudding combinations that really got Larry Holmes' attention. I give it 10-9 Golota. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard after 6. And Mark A. Jones also gives it 10-9 Golota. We have an upset brewing in the making. It's dead even after 6 rounds have been completed of this 15-round scheduled bout. 57-57. We quickly go to the Larry Holmes corner. And they're telling Larry Holmes, you got to keep Golota out of his rhythm. Let's get into his mind and let's crack him like an egg. But Golota has been mentally tough these past 2 rounds. Now to Lou Duva in the Andrew Golota corner. Al Galvin, some end swell work. Nothing to really report that's serious, just light end swell work. Duva gives Golota some water. Golota looks focused. He looks focused. You can always tell when he wasn't focused in his corner. He'd be looking away, shaking his head. But he looks focused. Lou Duva has grabbed his attention. And again, instruction the same as before. Andrew, be first, be first, be first. Always be first. Again, Golota has that quick, tricky hand speed. Much better than most people think. And you know what? It was a slugfest in that round. But Golota landed the harder punches. And Holmes actually outlanded Andrew Golota, but I still gave it to Golota. Both fighters landed 11 jabs. Both fighters landed their crosses. But the harder punches were definitely Golota. I could see it going either way, but I gave it to, again, I could see it. I gave it to Golota. I could see a judge going the other way with it, I guess. So we prepare for round number 7 as we're almost halfway through this very good bout. Alan Shaw says in regards to the Henry Cooper Joe Bugner British Commonwealth Championship fight in 1971, in which Cooper got screwed out of the decision, in my opinion and Alan Shaw's opinion. Cooper never spoke to Harry Gibbs. I believe that was the referee who was the only judge. And at the end of the fight, in those fights, I don't know if they still do it, Alan. I don't think they do. The ref will just walk right up in a British Commonwealth title fight and just quickly raise the hand of the winner. And that's it. You knew right away, right after the fight, who won. All right, we prepare for round number 7, dead even. Dead even, 57 apiece unofficially. On my scorecard and Mark A. Jones. Here's round number 7, and Holmes looks to conserve some energy, and Golota's digging into that body. Both fighters look a little fatigued, and Golota's letting his hands go. He's being forced. He's landing thudding combination after thudding combination. He's caught Larry Holmes' attention. Holmes is a little hurt. He ties up on the inside. Golota pushes him away. Under 2 minutes to go. But Golota's pacing himself. 1-2 misses. And he's countered by a beautiful 1-2 and another 1-2-3 by Holmes. And now Golota ties up. Under a minute 30 to go here in round 7. So much for taking the round off. Now they're tying up. Both fighters look a bit fatigued, as Randy Newman has broken them 3 consecutive times now. Under 20 seconds to go, it's become a clutch fest And the bell is coming up as no action in the last third of that round. A little boo birds coming from the fans here at Yankee Stadium. But both fighters have thrown a ton of punches. They seem a little fatigued here. And Golota took that round with that early rally. Holmes did come back a bit with a couple of combinations, but not enough in my eyes to win the round. And Andrew Golota, oh, this is where we go into disagreement. Mark A. Jones gives the round to Larry Holmes. I give it to Andrew Golota. So 10-9. So after 7 rounds complete, Mark A. Jones has Holmes up by 1, 67-66. I have the same score, but Golota up by 1. We've reached the halfway point. Quickly to the Larry Holmes corner. They said, okay, you took your little breather now, Larry. You're going to be getting your second wind. Work behind the jab. We want you to get in the rhythm and keep Golota out of the rhythm. Jab, 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 right hand. Do not let him tie you up on the inside as Golota tries to rough up Holmes on the inside. We quickly go to the Golota corner. And Lou Duva says, you need to suck it up. That second wind's going to come. You can't give away any rounds. You fought good in that round, but not even in Duva. I don't know if he's trying to pep up his fighter. He said Holmes took it. No nicks, cuts, or abrasions out of the ordinary for either pugilist. We go to the punch stat numbers before round number 8, scheduled for 15. And Holmes, again, taking the round off, only landed 7 punches. Golota landed 21. That's why, and he landed the harder blows. I don't know what Mark A. Jones is talking about. Here we go for round number 8. Very close fight here from Yankee Stadium. The winner moves on to round 2. The loser goes home. We've seen upsets already. Here's round number 8. And Holmes looking to be more aggressive here against Golota. And Golota's going to oblige. They're going to stand toe-to-toe a la Holmes and Norton in round 15 in 1978 when Holmes took the title. Holmes digs to the body up to the head and again digs to the body up to the head. Golota landed a small combination on the inside. Now Golota lands hard on the inside. Both fighters right in the range, throwing punches. They tie up, they break. And again, they're looking to load up with everything they throw. Punches are missed. Golota lands a long right hand. Holmes comes right back, 1-2. Standing toe-to-toe, both fighters trading. Holmes a little quicker, landing a little more. Golota eating a lot of punches now. Golota throwing back, but not really landing under 15 seconds to go. They've stood toe-to-toe at the center of the ring. Oh! Down goes Golota. He's up at the count of 1, and there's the bell. Holy cow! Golota was nailed with an uppercut and down on his fin. He went quickly, got up, and staggers back to his corner. Lou Duva and Al Galvin will try to revive their fighter in the 60 seconds that they have. Holmes wins that round big, 10-8, as that uppercut just snapped Golota's head back, and down he went. Got up, bell rang. I don't know why Newman didn't give him the mandatory 8, but I guess because the bell rang, but I believe you're supposed to still give the mandatory 8. Quickly go to the Golota corner. A lot of concern, as now Golota looks disinterested. Duva's saying, you're all right, Andrew, you're all right. And you can see Golota shaking his head, trying to clear the cobwebs. The beginning of the end could come in round number 9 for Andrew, as they pour some ice down his trunks to try to revive him and snap him back into some mental shape. Alan Shaw gives it 10-8 to Larry Holmes, as that knockdown came very sudden. A cobra strike by the Easton Assassin with that uppercut dropped Andrew Golota. Now we go to a very happy Larry Holmes, and they stood toe-to-toe. A la Kenny Norton, Larry Holmes, 1978, when Holmes took the title from Kenny Norton. Very happy in the Larry Holmes corner. Very happy. Eddie Futch, Ray Arcel, and Freddie Brown. They're smelling TKO. Futch says, I think we can make him quit, Larry. Put the pressure on him. And by pressure, they don't mean like Joe Frazier, Rocky Marciano, Mike Tyson pressure. Just the pressure of that steady jab and right hand. Let's go to the scorecard before the stats. 10-8, myself and Mark A. Jones. So now he has Larry Holmes up by 3 points. I have Larry Holmes up by 1 because I had Golota up by 1. So we'll just give you the Mark A. Jones score, 77-74. I have it, because I have him up 1, I have it 76-75, Larry Holmes. Now punch stat numbers before we enter round number 9. It's been a very good fight. Fans on their feet with that knockdown. It's been action-packed. Larry Holmes landed 42 punches. He just let his hands go, work behind the jab, crosses, and that hellacious uppercut, 1 of 5, and that 5th one dropped Golota right at the bell. Andrew Golota landed 20 punches, but again, Holmes was quicker, faster. That's why Duba has always said, be first, Andrew, be first. Let's see how Andrew Golota reacts. Will he turtle? Will he freeze? Will this fight be over? Let's quickly go to the endurance trait. And Golota is wearing out. You can see it right here. Not much gas left in the tank. Holmes still looking pretty good. And here we go for round number 9. Will it be the beginning of the end for Andrew Golota or a rebirth? And here's the bell for round number 9. Holmes is going to stay outside and pepper Golota with jabs and right hands just like he did. A 1-2 moves away. Golota looking to load up and do damage. But when you do that, you're not throwing punches. Holmes ties up Golota, pushes him away. Again, big right hand misses by Golota, and a counter, 1-2-3 by Holmes. Again, working behind the jab, moves away, side to side. Holmes blocked those blows by Golota and peppers him with the jab once again. Holmes on his toes, boxing beautifully from the outside. Golota pursuing and missing. Follow, and as I say that, he gets on the inside and whips to the body and uppercut to the head, snapping Holmes' head back. Holmes comes right back with a 1-2. They're standing toe-to-toe under 30 seconds to go. Holmes ties up Golota, pushes Holmes away. Under 20 seconds, Golota rips hellacious shots on the inside, buckling Holmes' knees. They tie up, and there's the bell. Golota might have stole that round right at the end. Tremendous, hard punching by Andrew Golota. Go to the scorecard. Mark Jones and myself give it 10-9, round number 9 to Golota. Those big combinations ending with the uppercut, rattling and buckling Larry Holmes did it for us. So Mark A. Jones, after 9 rounds, has Holmes up 86-84. I have it dead even at 85. A lot of concern in the Larry Holmes corner. A lot of concern. Holmes had been rattled by Golota. What they thought was going to be the beginning of the end was a rebirth for Andrew. Eddie Futch says, I want you to stay on the outside. Jab, right hand. Jab, right hand. Jab, right hand. Freddie Brown, light and swell work. And now it's Ray Arcel, the third man in the corner, whispering something into Holmes' ear. We quickly go to the Andrew Golota corner before the start of round number 10, as we are reaching the last third of the 15-round bout. And Lou Duba says, that's what we want, Andrew. Get mad. Be first. Let your hands go. Punch stat numbers. Again, I give that round to Andrew Golota. Holmes landed 21 punches. Golota only 14. But it's the bigger punches. The bigger punches that Golota landed. So, Holmes, again, not really landing the jabs we thought he would. Golota, a little better with his defense than we thought. When it comes to jabs, though Golota did eat 9 counter rights. Here we go, round number 10. And again, Holmes wants to stay behind that jab on the outside. Golota's going for broke, looking to load up and drop Larry Holmes. They tie up, they break. A 1-2 misses. by Golota, and he's countered by a 1-2-3, an educated jab by Larry Holmes, working beautifully outside, popping the jab over and over again, looking to land that counter right, and Holmes digs to the body. Golota backs up. Oh, he felt those body punches. Golota might be a little winded from those shots. He continues to back up. Now Holmes cautiously coming forward. Golota with his hands held high. Golota's not throwing, he ties up. He was hurt by those body shots. And again, he tries to tie up, and now he lands a 1-2-3-4. Golota lets his hands go. Both fighters let their hands go. They're trading as we come to the end of the bell. Holmes just opening up. Golota eating punches, and there's the bell. Holmes rallies at the end to take round number 10. The body shot, those two big body shots by Holmes really took a lot out of Andrew Golota. He's starting to back up. Holmes cautiously pursued, and then when he knew Golota was really hurt, he let his hands go. Good round for Larry Holmes. So Holmes went to the body. They've been working exclusively to the head. 10-9 Holmes. We go to the unofficial scorecard of Mark A. Jones. He gives it 10-9 Golota. I'm in disagreement there. So I actually have the same score, because I'm at 95-94. I had it even before. So we've come to the same score, just a different way of getting there. Now quickly to the Larry Holmes corner. Eddie Futch says, you heard him to the body, but don't get careless on the inside. Don't get careless. Don't linger. Don't linger. As they still want Holmes to stay on the outside, work behind that jab and that right cross. They want the Eastern assassin to strike like the cobra he is. Quickly to the Andrew Golota corner. And now you can see he seems a little disinterested there. Duva trying to get him out of the malaise. Going, Andrew, you're still in this fight. You're still in this fight, Andrew. Be first. You can do it. We trained hard. Be first. Nothing to report from either corner for cuts, bruises, abrasions, swelling out of the ordinary. But Golota's dead tired. Dead tired. He is running on empty, as the song says. Holmes still with plenty of gas in the tank for the final 5 rounds. We come up on round number 11. We go to punch stat numbers as both fighters are slowly getting off their stool. It's been a hard-fought fight. Golota did land 14 punches, the punch stat numbers say. But Holmes got the much better of it at the end. The body shots took everything out of Holmes. Those 2 left hooks to Golota's ribcage under the elbow. And here we go, round number 11. Will Golota fade into oblivion? Golota does not fade into oblivion. He opens up, landing hard shots to Larry Holmes' head. Again, when he's first, his hand speed's quick. And now Golota digs to the body and up to the head. Holmes comes back, standing toe-to-toe. Holmes on the outside defensively. He's thrown it out the window. Now Holmes tries to reestablish his jab, pumping 2 of them in Golota's face. Golota comes back with a 1-2 that misses. Good defense by Larry. Big left hook misses by Golota. Now Holmes digs to the body. Golota felt it, and again Golota starts to back up, and Holmes comes forward, opening up his hands with combinations. Golota is not answered. Golota throws a 1-2 in answering. Very close round, 30 seconds to go. Both fighters trade. Holmes gets the better of it. 15 seconds to go here in round 11. It's still up for grabs. There's the bell. Wow. That is a dead even round. It was up for grabs. I'm going to give it to Larry Holmes. I thought that last good combination did it. He will win a close 10-9 round in my eyes. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard. Mark A. Jones gives it dead even at 10. He has Holmes up 105-104. I have Larry Holmes up 10. What would it be? 10-9. I have him up 2 points. So it will be 105-103 on my scorecard. Still a very close fight. Golota has fought a hard fight. Even at times when he seems disinterested, he's been able to rally. But how much longer can Andrew go? Let's go to his corner first, and Lou Duva. Duva's saying, good round, good round. They're telling Andrew he won that round. Again, no swelling or cuts, anything out of the ordinary, just some light end swell work for Al Galvin. For all the punishment both fighters have taken, for the punches landed, nothing has opened up, nothing has swelled up. Duva says, be first, be first. Again, Lou Duva's been saying it over and over again like a recording. Galvin gives a swig of water to Golota. He says, you can do it, Andrew, you can do it. Now we go to the Larry Holmes corner. Eddie Futch says, way to rally at the end, champ. Way to rally at the end. We've got him in the deep water now. Let's drown him. Punch stat numbers before we start round number 12. As we're coming up on the championship rounds, Larry Holmes landed 35 punches. A very educated jab, landed 14 times. Golota landed 16. Golota did fade towards the end of the round. Again, a close round, but Larry Holmes landed a lot more punches, and I thought, even with Holmes landing more punches, I thought it was the rally at the end, those couple of combinations at the end, gave the round to Holmes in my eyes. Again, Mark A. Jones for Title Bout Championship Boxing scored it even. So Golota, when he does land, he seems to land the harder punches. Holmes just lands over and over again. And again, Golota trying to hope whatever reserves that it will get him through enough to either win a decision or take Larry Holmes out. The Eastern Assassin was only stopped once. It was by Mike Tyson in 3. Holmes was past his prime. Holmes still, again, gas in the tank for Larry. His car will keep chugging. And here we go for round number 12, scheduled for 15. Very close fight, Yankee Stadium. They tie up. Both fighters look a little fatigued. Holmes wants to stay on the outside, work the jab just like that. 2 popping jabs, moves away. Golota, tired, looking to load up and hit Holmes with a go-home punch. He's got to be careful, or he might be going home with a counter cross or an uppercut. They tie up again. Both fighters seem very tired. A few boo birds here at Yankee Stadium. And again, Holmes just peppering Golota with the jab when he gets in punching range. Moves away. Golota missed with the 1-2. And a 1-2 counter by Holmes. It's all Larry Holmes so far, working at a very nice pace. Punching when he wants to punch. Golota finally lands a couple of long jabs. 30 seconds to go. Golota lands a 1-2. Don't score. And he's countered beautifully by Holmes. And a jab on the way out by Larry. A beautiful round of boxing as Golota missed with the left hook. And there's the bell. A nice round of boxing by the ringmaster himself, Larry Holmes. He wins the round, quite easily, 10-9. He fought at his pace, continued to pump the jab in Golota's face. 10-9 on my scorecard and Mark A. Jones' scorecard. Mark A. Jones has it 115-113. I have it 116-113. Final 3 rounds coming up. 13, 14, and 15. The traditional championship rounds. Separating the men from the boys. Quickly to the Larry Holmes corner. Eddie Futch, Ray Arcel, Freddie Brown very happy. They go do this for 3 more rounds and we cruise to victory. Holmes takes a sip of water, spits it out. Lou Duva to the Golota corner. And now he's, again, what they've been telling him, let your hands go. But Golota has been loading up, trying to land the big punch, as opposed to landing a plethora of punches. I think he'd be better off listening to Duva, let your hands go. He's a big man. He's heavy-handed. If he hits Holmes, as we've seen, he has been able to get his attention and rattle him. We prepare for round number 13, punch stat numbers. Holmes landed 33 punches. The jab, again, the weapon of choice. He landed 14. And behind that jab, 6 crosses. Golota only landed 6 punches. Waiting to load up, eating punch after punch, and by the time you know it, the round's over. As we know, Golota fighting on fumes. He looks very tired. Holmes still has his endurance. Here we go, round 13. Larry Holmes taking control of this. Can Golota turn the tide of battle? Holmes lands a quick 1-2 on the inside and moves away. Golota misses with those punches. Again, Holmes on the inside lands a quick 1-2 and moves away. Holmes piling with the jab. Golota misses with the counter right. And Holmes comes back with a 1-2. Side to side goes Larry Holmes. Both fighters throw. Holmes got the better of it. Golota backing up, even though he's trying to load up. Golota could be trying to set a trap here. Misses with the left right. And again, with those misses, the punches coming slower. Holmes is countering much easier. Golota starts to back up. Holmes cautiously coming forward. They tie up. They push away. Under 40 seconds to go here in round 13. Newman says, watch the low blows. And Golota throws the right hand. Holmes digs to the body. Under 10 seconds. Right hand missed by Golota. And there's the bell. Another good round for Larry Holmes. Golota walks very slowly back to his corner. So after 13 rounds, myself and Mark A. Jones give both round 13 to Larry Holmes, 10-9. He has Holmes up by 3. I have Holmes up by 4. So he has it 125, 122. I have it 126, 122. Quickly to Larry Holmes' corner. Again, no swelling or cuts to report out of the ordinary. Some regular wear and tear. A little light end swell work by Freddie Brown. A little grease, as they would say, on Holmes' face. Arcel rubbing Holmes' arms up. Futch saying, work behind the jab. He's dead tired. Work behind the jab. Let's take these rounds and win a decision. Alan Shaw, reporting from ringside, says it's KO time for Larry. We go to the Andrew Golota corner, and that's a tired fighter. He's put up a very valiant effort. Again, at times disinterested, but always rallying. They're saying, be first, Andrew. Be first, stop loading up. If you hurt him, just be first. Keep punching. You're a big man. Stressing, be first with your punches. Punch stat numbers. 34 punches landed for Larry Holmes. Again, Golota only landed 10. He's just trying to load up and he's dead tired. Again, Holmes working behind his very educated left jab, following with the right cross. And on the inside, he let that uppercut go. He would dig to the body, up to the head between Golota's guard. We prepare for round number 14. 6 minutes to go in this bout. Yankee Stadium. Holmes is taking control. Holmes again peppers Golota with jabs. Golota plodding forward very slowly. He misses. His punches are coming very slow. And Golota is just eating punch after punch as Holmes just nails him away. Jab after jab, right hand. Rinse and repeat for Larry Holmes. Golota's punches are coming by sundial. He is tremendous. Oh! And as I say that, he rips to the body. Holmes felt those punches. Now here comes Andrew Golota. I don't know where he's getting his reserves from. He lands a good 1-2. Holmes parried away those next blows. Again parries away those punches. Holmes looking to counter. Under a minute to go, they tie up. Close round here. Can Golota rally? Can he rally and try to take it? This round's up for grabs. They tie up. Both fighters tired. Those body shots hurt Holmes bad. And Holmes on the inside lets his hands go 1, 2, 3, ending with the uppercut to the head. Under 15 seconds, they tie up. Under 5 seconds, there's the bell. Golota tried to pull Holmes' head down and hit him with the uppercut. Randy Newman, the ref, warns him. Close round, but I give it to Larry Holmes. Hats off to Golota for rallying. After 14 rounds of boxing, Mark A. Jones gives round 14 to Holmes, as I do. He has Larry Holmes up by 4, 135-131. I have Holmes up by 5, 136-131. With 3 minutes to go, Golota will need the miracle of miracles, the knockout. Eddie Futch telling Larry Holmes, jab, 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 move away, move away. If he gets too close, hit him with the counter right. Do not engage on the inside. We have the fight won. They feel they're going to win a decision. I'm in agreement there. And in the Golota corner, they're telling him, Andrew, you need to knock him out. You need to knock him out. Let your hands go. Golota does have a minor cut that Galvin is working on over his, his left eye. Should be no issues there. As we're down to our final 3 minutes of boxing, it has gone the distance maybe. ID Gesture reporting from ringside says, I told you Golota was a good fighter. He can fight most good fighters well enough if he could just keep away from low blows. I'm in agreement. I always thought Andrew Golota, they list him as a slugger. He had boxing ability. He had a good educated jab. His hand speed, if you watch the two Riddick Bowe fights and other fights where he had his head on sort of straight, was much better. He surprised Riddick Bowe in both fights with his hand speed. And in the second fight, they knew he had good hand speed. So, excellent analysis both by Alan Shaw and ID Gesture at ringside. So here we go, final 3 minutes. And let's just take a look at the punch stat numbers. Holmes landed 8 jabs and in total 24 punches. Golota landed 11 punches. And he's got to go for broke here. He has fought well, and he's pretty much fought on heart and guts these last 6 rounds. Holmes still has gas in the tank. Here we go. Larry Holmes should just work behind his jab like his corner says. In the final 3 minutes, Golota needs a knockout. They touch gloves, and here we go. Round 15, and Holmes snaps Golota's head with a 4-punch combination, moves away. Holmes, 1-2. Holmes wants to win this round emphatically. And now Golota ties up. Golota trying to load up, but he is out of gas. Those punches are coming very slow. Holmes just staying on the outside, parrying away, blocking, looking to land that Cobra Kai strike with that counter right. And he lets his hands go on the inside once again and moves away. Golota moves into punching range, and he is peppered by Larry Holmes. Over and over again, Holmes, 1-2, 1-2. Now Golota lands a good, solid right hand. That rocked Holmes. Backs up. Holmes digs to the body, stopping the Golota onslaught, and peppers him with a jab in the right hand. Under 10 seconds to go. Oh, Larry Holmes, and there's the bell. In my eyes, Larry Holmes wins. A unanimous decision. Golota landed that one slow big right hand that briefly buckled Holmes' knees, and Holmes came right back and dug to the body and let his hands go. A good round for Larry Holmes. A good fight for Larry Holmes, and I believe a good victory. The final unofficial scorecard. Mark A. Jones gives it to Larry Holmes, round 15, 10-9. In Mark A. Jones' eye, he took rounds 12 through 15. In my eyes, he took rounds 11 through 15. 145-140 on the Jones card. On my card, 146-140. As Holmes, the cream, rises to the top. Is that the same? Golota fought well, but not well enough. As ID Gesture said, Golota had good talent. I'm in agreement. The punch stat numbers, as we await the decision, Randy Newman goes around to the judges to collect the scorecards. Alan Shaw from ringside here at Yankee Stadium says, good fight, good fight. ID Gesture reporting says, Larry was just too busy. He will get the decision. Golota needed to be more busy. Excellent analysis by both reporters at ringside, Alan Shaw and ID Gesture. The one knockdown was scored by Larry Holmes, and that came, in round number 8. Right at the end of the round, Holmes dropped Golota, who got up at the 1 count with an uppercut. All right, so Larry Holmes landed, again, Larry Holmes did not take round 15 lightly. 42 punches landed to Golota's 5. Golota was a human punching bag at the end. Again, working behind the jab and combinations for Larry Holmes. So here we go to the official announcement. Michael Buffer has the scorecards. Here's the call. Ladies and gentlemen, the scorecards are in, and here is your official decision. Mickey Van of England scores about 145-140. Larry Ezzard of the United States of America scores at 145-140. Looks like a unanimous decision. Tony Perez of Puerto Rico sees the fight 145-139 for your winner by unanimous decision. And moving on in the tournament, Larry Holmes, the Eastern Assassin, will move on A very professional workmanlike job by Larry Holmes. A lot of joy in that corner. Holmes will move on. There was no upset of Larry Holmes. We've seen upsets in this tournament. We saw Primo Carnera basically make James J. Jeffies quit. We saw Joe Frazier go down to Jersey Joe Walcott. We have seen it. We saw Joey Maxim, the light heavyweight champ, defeating the South African former WBA champ Harry Coetzee. We have seen the upset, but Larry Holmes will not be upset. He goes through to round 2, and with that, we are halfway through our first round of 40 fights. That was our 20th. That's like an anniversary. So, and joining us also at ringside, Beatles Eternally. How are you, my friend? Hope you enjoyed the bout. All right, let's continue. And let's update. Now, these are the real records. The sim record will be added. So, Larry Holmes will go to 70 wins, 6 losses, 44 knockouts, stoppages. And Golota's out of the tournament. He falls to 41-10, 1 draw, 33 stoppages. We'll update the record. Sim's record are included. So, Larry Holmes, just a really good effort. It was a good fight, but the cream of the crop rises to the top. Holmes, in my eyes, took rounds, what did I have it, 11 through 12, 11 through 15, 10 through 15. Let's give you the final punch stat numbers. Larry Holmes' punching accuracy, almost 70%. That's incredible. Again, when Golota was first, he was in the fight. When he let his hands go first, Duva kept pleading with him. The one knockdown was scored by Holmes on the uppercut, and the one cut was suffered a minor cut under the left eye by Golota. Jabs landed. Holmes landed 141 to Golota's 72, and the right cross, 94 followed that jab, and the combination punching, 74 combinations landed for Larry Holmes. That's a combination of all these punches when he throws them in 1 or 2s or 1, 2, 3s, as I state. Average punches landed per round, Golota 17, Holmes just under 29. Total punches landed, Holmes landed 434 in 15 3-minute rounds. Golota 257. Punches missed. Golota, I mean, it's not for not trying. He missed 582 punches. He threw punches. He threw 839 punches. He threw more punches than Larry Holmes. Holmes is just a tremendously more accurate fighter. So, Holmes moves on. Golota's done. It was a good fight. A fun fight. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I want to thank ID Gesture reporting from ringside. Beatles Attorney, thank you very much. Check out ID Gesture's channel. Lots of good stuff on there. Sports, RPG games, strategy games, card and dice, baseball, PC games. Thank you to Alan Shaw from across the pond. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you to the Batman Boxing was in, Batman Comics from the Batcave. Let me get that name right. I'm sorry. Check out his channel. OTDA, the original Dave, thank you very much. As I'm scrolling up. It was Team Batman Boxing. I am sorry. Check out his channel. There's another Batman who does comic books. And when I looked over real quick, that's what I thought it was. I apologize. Team Batman Boxing. ID just says, Al, where do I get the photos? I just, you can go to BoxRec. And you just do, when you put the photos in, like if you're doing cornermen, you have to go put them in the cornermen. Last name first, underscore, then first name. So, I can help you out with that at a different time. I have to get dinner going now, or I'd show you. So, thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the fight. Let's go back to the fighters. Larry Holmes moves on with a unanimous 15-round decision over Andrew Golota as he took the final third of the fight quite handily. Golota was tough, but not tough enough. So, happy Saturday. I'll be back a little later. Don't know what I'm going to do, but it's Saturday. I stream on Saturday. All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Watch out for that educated jab, left hook, right hand. You'll get pummeled. Peace!